Hey, good morning, everyone. I know it's been a while. Finally, my back is starting to feel a bit better. I was unable to walk. I'm sorry, and I know I've gotten emails, people wondering, where are you? Usually from the In Time Kimmy account. It's because of what's going on here. It's been going on for years. Everybody says, why don't you just move? Well, as you know, prices have gone up. It's not that easy. Our manager, for some reason, I don't like to talk ill about anyone, but this woman has problems. She was supposed to fix things like our doors that don't shut. We've lived here 12 years, okay? We're very good tenants. We don't do anything against the lease. We're not loud, don't have parties. We don't tear up the property, but she does. Since you've asked, I'll go through it and I'll tell you. All right, I was very sick in the hospital, as most of you know. My appendix ruptured. I had 3 bacterial infections, and I became septic. I almost died. While I was doing that, she decided to illegally come in the house, rip the bathroom apart, rip windows out. That was a little later. She actually came and ripped our windows out. As you see, this cover right here, I put that up. There's nothing but a big hole with a piece of wood on the outside. We pay our rent on time, never been late. And she took, on our second window, she took it out. She put a plastic window in there, and there's a gap this big underneath the window. I had been telling her that the law states in our county, and I've even shown her, that it's illegal for her to do this. She thinks the law doesn't apply to her. So we're in a fight. She's trying to do things like she uses workers that are not bonded, are not licensed. They have cost us so many times we've had to change the tires because these people throw screws and sharp objects all over the yard and leave it. It's been impossible to live here. She says the law doesn't apply to her. She left a light hanging out in my bedroom for 5 years. We've been more than patient with this woman. She hasn't fixed that. The floor in the kitchen she was supposed to fix. Things that are a health hazard that she should have fixed, she hasn't done. She comes in and rips out our windows. And yes, it's illegal to take off doors. She wanted to put a front room door on the back, and she literally cut the wall. I'm telling you all because it's going to be a fight. I've gone to the hospital over, 8, 9 times with bacterial infections in my lungs from breathing. Please, Lord, don't let it be asbestos. I mean, it's just coming in the house. My son has been sick, and I have tried to talk to her. They said try to speak with her, and she won't listen. She won't listen. She just starts threatening. She tried to actually give us an eviction notice when she had broken into our AT&T account, which is illegal. She took our wires off the wall. She took the mailbox off the house. She took out our backlight. And for what reason? She calls it remodeling. She hadn't remodeled anything. It's been a year that we've lived with these gaping holes. And I think I have a right to complain. We don't ask for much. Just fix these things so it's livable. And she won't. When she comes over here, she'll start doing something in the yard, cutting down trees, but she won't fix any of the dangerous things that are going on. So I actually had to contact the health department, and they're going to investigate her because they said there's no way that she could get permits to take these windows out. It's illegal, or to take the doors off. So that's what's been going on. That's why I haven't had the time to get on here. And I've been battling illness constantly. This woman has almost sent me into a stroke. She won't listen. She doesn't care what the law says. Her son actually helps her, which he is guilty as well. And she hires these guys off the street that she finds that have no experience to work around gas and water. I just please pray that this woman will open her eyes, because she is going to cause someone to get so bad sick. She almost killed me with sepsis because the bathroom had rusted parts on it around the shower. And the minute that I was in the hospital, she knew her butt was in a sling, and she went in there and started tearing everything apart, which she actually had no right to come in while I was ill. And it's just gone on from there. It's been over a year. The law states that anything she takes out or any health hazard has to be fixed within 7 days. Okay, it's been almost 2 years. 2 years. I think my patience is wearing very thin. The hospital has backed me up. They said that she should be arrested. I don't want to arrest this woman. I just want her to stop doing this foolish nonsense and fix the things that need to be fixed and quit throwing her weight around. She thinks she's going to threaten us all the time. She actually tried to evict us because she said we weren't nice because we wouldn't let her break into our accounts and things like this. Okay, anyway. You all ask, so I'm telling you, this is what I'm going through. My daughter has been diagnosed with inoperable colon cancer. The manager knows this. I'm dealing with this. I am just beside myself. My son is sick because of this. I am trying to take care of my brother, which is critically ill, can't walk, and I can't even keep my tires aired up because every single time you go, they're buried under the ground. When you come into the parking lot, your tires pop. We've replaced our tires 8-9 times. It's ridiculous. And she took off the gutters, so every time it rains, the house floods. She covered up black mold in the walls, thinking that she can get away with this. And like I said, I'm tired of this because we've been fighting. I told her she's going to get someone in here, like the health department said, that is bonded and licensed and knows how to do this. She thinks she's going to just board up the walls and put insulation when it's against the law. The health department said they're going to force her to put those windows back in. She had no right to take them out. It's just crazy. On top of that, I'm dealing with the rest of this. So that's what I'm going through. You're my friends. I love you all. Just wanted to let you know what I'm going through. It's ridiculous. It's crazy. I feel like I'm being stalked. I can't go on the porch. She'll be there. I can't go in the backyard and let my puppies out. She'll be there. She's constantly here. She rewired a light wrong about 4 years ago and almost killed us in a fire because she wired a light backwards, refusing to pay someone that knew what they were doing. She put bricks outside at 4 a.m. in the morning, and I didn't know it. I tripped on them, threw my back out. I couldn't walk for 2 weeks, and she laughed. She thinks it's funny. When we had the big freeze in Texas, we did everything we could. We almost froze to death to keep these pipes from busting. Instead of, thanking us and being glad because we take care of her property, she was telling me, when I called her and I said, the bathroom's leaking, you need to get over here. She wanted me to go to the old folks' home next door, to go to the neighbors. She thought it was everybody else's responsibility. That's why we pay rent. Ran our water bill up to over $800 because she wouldn't bring her butt out here for like 12 hours. I mean, it's very stressful. It's getting to the point where I can't take it anymore. And if I can find a place cheaper, I'm getting out of here. But in our city, they've opened up ballparks, water parks, all kind of places like this to bring in tourists. And rent that used to be $600 a month has now gone up to like $1,500 a month. And it's just crazy. Anyway, that's what's going on. Please pray for me. Pray for my manager. I don't want to end up hating this woman. I am trying to pray for her and to love her, but it's getting to where she's costing us with our health. And she doesn't care. She actually laughs, guys. She laughs. I don't know if you can see. Let me try real quick. I've tried my best because of the cold to cover this up. Move this chair. The puppy's been laying in this. I want you to see what I'm dealing with. I want it on record. I don't know if you can see. Do you see this? This is nothing but boards, and there are holes where rats, insects can crawl up. I mean, there's nothing there. And it's been a year and a half. And the law states that she has to take care of it in 7 days. And that is in every single room. That's just the one she took out. The windows that she changed, she left a 4-inch gap to the outside. These are not livable conditions. I've tried not to turn her in, But it's come to the point where I have to because she will not listen. Anyway, that's what's going on. Pray for my daughter. Pray for my son. Pray for me. Pray for this lady. Okay. That being said, that's where I've been. I'm going to try to get back on here. My webcam broke. I've had 2 air conditioners break because of all the soot coming in from the damage, the demolition that she's made us live with. We've lost 2 beds, a sofa, because it was by the window, and an actual rat got in, and I'm not living with rats. We had to throw her sofa away. She owes me over $1,000. But since these guys are not bonded, they won't do anything. I've lost over $80 in food because they don't cover anything up. They don't know what they're doing. They get, I don't know if asbestos are in this walls or what. This house was built in the 40s. But it's just ridiculous, guys. And I'm about to my breaking point. I mean, I am just so nervous. It's ridiculous to have to live this way when you've been a good tenant. And it's costing you your health and your sanity. She thinks she can get away with this. She thinks she doesn't have to follow the law. But I'm going to end up having to turn her in. And I didn't want to. I've tried to reason with her like the hospital told me. But they told me under no circumstances to let that woman in this house to be putting in insulation, because you have to have a HEPA filter, you have to have special equipment, you have to have everything out of the room. And she thinks she's going to come in here and start throwing insulation around with asbestos in it, with fiberglass, and get it on all of our stuff. They said it could possibly cost us our lives, and I'm not going to let her do it. Okay, that being said, hey, if you like to watch, people that live out on the land, there's a channel I recommend to you. It's called Papa Prepper. I love this family. I could never kill an animal because I have 2 bunnies that are like my babies. But I love the way they live. He has a wonderful little family. They honor God. They celebrate the high holy days. It's just a wonderful family. Once again, it's called Papa Prepper. You'll love him. But I'll be back on here. I'm trying to get back into this. Like I said, even my webcam. I lost my webcam too. It was destroyed. Everything we had was destroyed by these people. I'm using my phone, so if it looks terrible, and I know I look terrible, I really don't care. I have been almost to the point of actually having a nervous breakdown, but God has kept me sane. So I love you all. That's an update. Thank you for your emails and your concern and your love. I appreciate it. I really do. But we'll get back soon. I love you guys. In Yeshua's name, bless you. Bye-bye.